It's digital game time!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to another edition of Digital Game Time. We're coming at you live from the Central Coast of California. This is your family-friendly show about gaming, movies, and pop culture, all brought to you by myself, Leo, along with
Rick
and
Francisco,
your hosts with the mosts. Except for me.
Hostesses.
I'm your host with the least.
Would it be host-I?
Hostai. Oh, I like that.
Sounds
It's like
hostel.
fungi.
Fungi.
It's because you're a fun guy. You want to be a hostai.
I'm not
A
a
fun
mushroom.
guy.
I'm not a
Get
mushroom.
it?
Get it?
I'm not
Do
a
you
mushroom.
get it?
I'm not a mushroom.
Get it?
I'm
Get
not a
it?
mushroom.
Melinda's watching us. What's going
Hey,
on, Melinda?
How are ya?
Rick's watching us. Hello,
Oh,
Ricardo.
what's up?
What's up?
Yeah,
What's
the
going
pops are back.
The pops. What? Did I miss something?
Ding, ding, ding.
on?
I got a little
ding,
eye
ding,
twitch,
ding.
sorry.
What? Stop, drop, shut them down, open up shop.
DMX?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Francisco doesn't know.
I don't know what I don't even know what. I know the song that you're talking about, but I don't have no idea what came back.
The clicking.
All right.
It goes back to the clicking. Ladies and
right.
gentlemen, drop comments down below. You can watch us live on Facebook.com/Digital Game Time.
Digital Game Time.
Also, visit our website, digitalgametime.com or any other source.
Social media.
Insert
Twitter,
Leo clicking
Instagram,
here.
Facebook, Switch.
On Switch too? Why not?
Our post recording
Oh,
will
man.
also be featured on YouTube as well.
Post.
Yeah.
Yeah. For those of you that can't catch us live through the magic of Facebook.
Then
Check
you
us
can
out.
go to YouTube and watch at your leisure.
Yeah.
Make sure you watch like 1,000 times though.
Leave
This
comments
is more
below as
fun
well.
though. I have to say, because then we can interact, we can talk.
Yeah.
We're here.
As it is live, yes.
Your
Yeah.
comments
Yeah.
are being shown live right
the
over
world.
Francisco's shoulder over there. And please try to be appropriate. Your name's on it. Your name and reputation's
Oh.
on it. So
It's true. I didn't think about it.
Inappropriate behavior is not going to be tolerated. You're going to
Nah.
get the little red.
Nah.
yeah, we're
Stamp.
gonna not hit like on your comments.
Yeah, that's the most we can do,
You're
really.
going to get a frowny face. That's what you're going to get.
Oh man.
So what's
yeah.
going on, Leo?
Ken Palmer's watching us.
Hey,
What's up,
Ken. What's up, Ken?
What's going on, buddy?
What's going on?
Yeah, long time no see. We're getting right to it. Like there's nothing to it, Rick.
Nothing
What's
to
next
it.
here?
I have no idea. What did you... Ah! This is for you, Leo.
Yeah,
This is for me.
Leo's
This is for
all
you.
the way.
Where do I
I
see
want it
my
to be for me, but I'm kind of broke at the
Oh,
moment,
there.
so it's gonna be a while.
Father.
How much have you played so far?
I played the first 2 hours of the game.
Was that what you streamed?
No,
Or did you play an
I
additional?
streamed the first hour.
Okay.
I played like an additional hour after that.
That bow's a little big for
and
you, isn't it?
I have to say, it's a long
mother made it
time
for me.
God of War fan.
Said I'd
with
go
very
into
high
it.
expectations. All these changes made to the game have done nothing but improve it.
Find your way home.
So good. And
You are
more
free.
than anything, the biggest
We're
improvement
taking your ashes to
in
the highest
game
peak in the realms.
is the
Ashes?
storytelling and
It
the
was our last
humanizing
wish.
of this character. Because before,
Where must we
it was
go?
kind of like a fun, like
Kill
cart-
them
To a
all.
realm
cartoony, kill 'em
beyond
all,
your
no
own.
depth to the character type of thing.
Right.
Now it's like, oof, you get the
There's only
feels,
one
man.
passage
You
you
get the
got there.
feels in the
Ooh.
first.
Seal of approval.
Yeah, you get the
Call
feels
me
in the first 2 hours
Mamiya.
of the game.
Smartest
And
man
You
alive.
think to yourself like, wow.
First, you need to
I mean,
cut off
does
Dad
it
of War.
explain
Dad
what
of War.
happened right away?
the axe you got.
No, it's,
Okay.
it's,
So
there's
you
a
got
lot,
$1
there's a
special.
lot of
Okay.
mystery, and that's part of
I know you're a
greatness of
god.
it. We
Not
know
of
what
this realm,
happened.
but there's no
Kratos
mistaking it.
obviously knows what happened.
He doesn't know, does he?
immediately, But
About your true nature?
there's
or
let-
his
let's just say
own?
this. It's not a big spoiler because
The
it happens
longer you
almost
wait, the more damage you do.
immediately.
He will resent you, and you may
but,
lose him forever.
People that were sent by God.
There are consequences to killing a god.
Why?
Ah.
How do you know? How do you know?
We don't know
Power.
yet which
This
who it is
weapon,
exactly
any
that's
weapon,
sending all these.
comes from here,
A god.
but only when tempered by
Yeah.
this.
That's all you
That's all you know.
Discipline.
And his,
The self-control of the one who wields it.
it's not a spoiler for anybody because I don't know yet.
Open the door!
It seems
We need
like
your help!
whoever this wife was.
This is no
that
ordinary
Kratos
illness.
had, and she
The
had-
boy's true nature, your true nature, fights within him.
She was some sort of mystical being also. So
Goddess.
I want to know who she is.
Athena.
I have no idea.
Like you?
So
I have my
not.
guesses, but I don't know for sure.
more than
Gerardo's watching us.
Does,
Stop, Gerardo Rodrigo's
does the
watching.
boy
Stop,
actually
Rodrigo.
have a name? Because I've always just heard boy.
Atreus.
So I didn't get to watch your actual live stream as you were streaming it. Watching you play, like you were trying to commentate, but I think you were just so
Yeah.
captivated
something
by
that
what
big?
was going on.
Oh, this is my moment to shine. This is for me. I'm gonna
Alright.
enjoy it, and anything I have to say, like in between cutscenes or in between some action, I'll say it. But it just you saw it. You can watch it too on our site on Facebook.
Oh, turn the video down, the audio.
Yeah.
Audio, yeah.
And
Thanks, Melinda.
thank you.
See, that's why you're here. Thank you.
You get the star for the day.
Star for the day. Where's the like? There. You get a like.
Bam!
You get a like. You
Yay,
get
see?
2 likes. 3 total likes.
I'll give you one too.
The person with the most likes at the end of
Boom.
the day will get a free Yeti microphone.
3 likes
What?
on
Courtesy of Rick.
digital
What?
game time.
What? What?
Well, if Rick's okay with it.
Okay, so let me ask you something, Leo.
You just spit on my hand.
Leo is the type of person that is very selective on the games he buys, pays full price. He's always in the hunt for, let's say, bargains.
Yeah.
Is this a game?
I'm extremely frugal with the purchases.
Is this a game you recommend people to pay full
this
price
is a
on?
day one full price type of game. Oh
there
my
you
god!
go.
And I've only played 2 hours of it.
Oh.
But
right.
yeah, man, it
Cool.
gives you the feels right away. Like there's a scene where, and this is also in the previews, but even though I had seen it already,
Mm-hmm.
there's a scene where his son makes his first hunt
Mm-hmm.
and kill, and you can tell Kratos is proud of him, but Kratos is reluctant
meh.
to like pat him because the son is very rambunctious and he wants to just go full steam ahead, and he knows that could get his son killed on this adventure they're preparing for. So you see Kratos, he like just barely lifts up his hand like he's gonna pat his son on the back.
Psych!
And then he kind of just like pulls back and just puts his hand back and just shows restraint. Little touches like that.
Tough love.
Also a touch where he's starting to yell at his son for doing something inappropriately. And, like he disobeyed like the exact commands while they were hunting, and he starts yelling at him, and you just hear the
Gonna
boy.
kill you, boy.
yeah, like he takes that deep breath and just detains himself from just fully laying in.
Tough
into
love.
him.
Tough
Yeah.
love. Just like you
Tough
would raise a pit bull.
So
I'm
yeah,
just kidding.
and this Atreus boy, man, he's
Gets
a
down?
character that I thought a little kid characters he's gonna be annoying after a while. No, he's pretty cool.
Well, I mean, he's a major point to this type of gameplay,
Can you
right?
control him? No.
Not directly,
But
directly.
if he dies, then you die.
You
I am
issue
assuming.
you issue commands to the boy.
Like
So you-
hide, run.
So you are the dad of war.
Dang.
I'm pretty sure at some
it's
point they're
great.
gonna let you
the
have.
combat system is a little deeper than previous God of War
the
games.
boys involved.
I would
but,
bet that there's
it's-
gonna be at least a short gameplay as him. Kratos gets stuck in something, and you have to control the boy to free him somehow. I'm sure they're gonna do something like
Right.
that. But the main gameplay is Kratos.
I have to say there was just one more thing. This game has been touted by many of the sources,
Toot,
the
toot.
media outlets,
Toot, toot.
as being one of the greatest games of this console generation, if not the greatest game of the console generation.
Probably the last one because we're going out.
Yeah,
So
and they were talking about like, can you imagine like one of them? I wish I could source it. I don't have it with me right now. It was just kind of like one of those things I read real quick, where he mentioned this writer mentioned, if imagine the exploration of Breath of the Wild, if that had been fixed, if that had been more polished, along with the combat of, I forget, some other excellent games, and like
Most
if
excellent.
they would have been better, and if you had the visual graphics of like Horizon Zero Dawn been improved, and he mentioned he had this like laundry list of games that were considered greats at their category, and he pretty much said if this game had been improved in this, if this other game had been improved in this, and this other game in this and that and this and that, then you would have God of War. So
Interesting.
So I mean that's
Cool.
really high praise.
I'd
That's-
say the bar pretty high then.
yeah, and you know what? I figured take all this with a grain of salt. You know, I'll see it when I play it, see it for myself.
Boom.
And
Boom,
so
son.
far, I mean, it's really difficult for a game to just like snatch me up
Impress
right
Leo.
from the get go.
I just imagine Leo as that
Boy.
that GIF of that kid on the computer when he plays.
No, yeah, man, I was surprised because I didn't expect to be so taken into this God of War world so
Rah,
soon.
rah,
I
rah,
knew
rah.
I was probably gonna like it because
not
I've
love
always
it.
liked God of War,
Love it.
but I thought it was gonna take some time, you know, to get into it.
Cool.
like most games, and no,
Right
this
off the
is
bat, huh?
really good.
Go buy it.
Even the guys from Xbox congratulated Sony over Twitter. Yeah,
that's
over the
something.
high
They're like-
scores for God of War.
They're like, dang.
Like, yeah, and we don't have any exclusives, so
Not really
congratulations,
anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're working on the Xbox too. All right, what are we looking at, Rick?
Fallen Kingdom. It says final trailer, and I think it came out
I saw this.
2-3 days ago,
Mhm.
something like that.
Seems more interesting now. I
Well,
gotta say that.
It gives more about the plot of
Now
what's
let's
happening.
just kill all the dinosaurs, but now we know what they're actually going back.
Right.
But it also tells us the tale of these people don't learn. These
They
people
don't learn.
do not learn.
Well, I mean, it's kind of been the same
For
theme
all the movies,
on all
yes,
movies. You
yes.
know, there's someone. Oh, we got to make this better, or we got to do it right, or oh, now it's about the animals.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out,
It's kind of cool
plot
though, that they
twist.
kept blue, and now they're actually showing this like dinosaur-human relationship, which I think is going to be the main attraction of the whole movie. Is what I'm thinking, what I'm seeing from this. But yeah, new dinosaur, new genetically engineered dinosaur again.
I was going to say everyone has. I mean, they have to introduce something meaner, something stronger, something faster, and you know they do.
just want to keep topping themselves.
Right, but you notice that they always have to have a T-Rex in
Yeah.
every movie, no matter what. It's like T-Rex is
That's the icon.
that's like that's a Jurassic Park symbol right
Yep.
there. It has to be in every single.
That's the logo.
So I mean, I'm not knocking it. It looks good. It looks like it's gonna have a lot of action. Looks like it's gonna be another fun movie.
Plus, it has Andy Dwyer.
This is all
Who's
the
that?
movies. Parks and Rec.
Chris Pratt.
This is all the
Oh,
the movies that you go to the theaters to just be mindless about. You know, like you don't really care much about plot. You care about the popcorn experience.
yeah.
Looking at the action, the suspense, and that's what this movie seems to have.
Yeah,
So,
you know what else? And not too many people give this too much weight when it comes to talking about a movie. But
Oh, that looks
the
awesome.
original film, well, not the original. Yeah, the original as well as the Jurassic World film. They have incredible rewatchability.
oh yeah,
There's so much action and
They
it's
hold
just so fun to follow that you could. They're the types of movies you can watch over and over again. You know.
you know though, one thing that I've noticed, and this is in relation to that aspect that you're talking about, is that you do watch the older movies and you can tell they're dated because of the way the film was made or whatever. You know what movie doesn't do that, and I'm always amazed by it? Star Wars. Because when they did the remastered THX version of it, they left it in a high resolution that's like 10 times bigger than 4K right now. So that every time there's a new format coming up, like new resolution,
All right,
they
just
can still
stretch it
shrink
out a little bit.
No, you don't stretch it. You shrink it
Oh,
because it's
yeah.
already like way big.
Right.
And so that's one thing that George Lucas was a genius for. He saw ahead of time, way ahead of time, and now it's paying out.
Because in the future they're gonna put 3 IMAX theaters together.
I mean, watch the original Star Wars like remaster one. I mean, I know most people.
you
like
know,
it for the
eventually they're
new
gonna go to
editions.
like VR where you can churn.
Yeah, but they already kind of have that.
Well,
but
I
you
kind of
see
hate
the
to
film.
burst your bubble about that, but It's always been standard procedure in Hollywood to shoot at a resolution many times higher.
Yeah, no, but what
than
I'm talking
is the
about is the
standard.
grain, the actual film grain.
Mhm.
Like he got rid of every speck of grain on the film when he converted digitally, and that's what.
Oh,
like,
digitally.
yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the conversion. Yes.
And that, I mean,
Yeah.
it looks like a brand new movie when you pop it in.
Mhm.
It's like, oh, this was made in the 70s, really?
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah.
mean, without the haircut style, and you wouldn't be able to tell. But yeah,
Right.
it's amazing.
No, yeah, and I mean, ever since I think the 70s, they've been using film stock that is, I think, 2 or 3 times. Well, at the time it was
Yeah,
maybe
it's
like
huge. It's to be
uh,
able to feel up
at the
a-
time it was
a
like
movie
8
theater.
times higher than the standard for television viewers. It wasn't up until the early 2000s that TVs were just barely starting to catch up to those old film standards from the 70s.
But we
and
still
that-
had the square TVs.
and now I'm not talking about TV shows. TV shows shoot at 8K, and God only knows what they're I'm kind of out of the
they
loop.
already have like 12K by now. I mean,
Yeah,
come on.
I'm out of the loop when it comes to what they're shooting with in Hollywood right now. But it wouldn't surprise me 12K or higher.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, so
for sure.
because you gotta, like you said, have that longevity.
Don't they normally double?
No, usually it's more than double.
Well, I mean, they go from 2K to 4K, 4K to 8K.
Oh, the
like
consumer,
the
Right.
resolution.
Yes,
yeah,
the
for
consumers
TVs,
do.
No,
that's
but the
how it
same
is.
way that
Yeah.
they shoot in. Wouldn't that
No.
make sense?
No, because film used to
No.
be way different.
Yeah, film.
Film
Film's
has
a different
changed
ballgame.
over.
Well,
the
then again,
years.
I have heard about 5K, but it's like, why would you want to go 5K? Because they have 4K,
Oh, it's
and
'cause
then the
what they
next
wanna do
logical
is
jump is
They
8.
want to crop
They
off
just
some
add
of the
that
edges.
little like rectangle sliver at the end. Really, it's like it's pointless.
No, well, for filmmakers, it makes perfect sense.
Does it?
Yeah, it's just kind of like cutting the
Bleed
fat
area.
off of the edges. It's like making a steak and you cut out the
It's a cookie
fat.
cutter stamp.
There you go.
We just need that.
exactly. That's
We just
exactly.
need that.
One more thing, interesting thing about Jurassic World.
It's still loading.
Fallen Kingdom. Yeah, it's still loading. The director said that this
That's his
film
talents.
is more similar to the original Jurassic Park,
Oh, yeah?
than to Jurassic World.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so they're going back to the roots.
Next.
Oh, man. I watched this morning. I actually waited for a while until like everybody was stopping, talking about it. Because I gotta admit, guys, I'm not a big fan of the Deadpool movies. I like the character itself, but I don't know. I it's just hard for me to get into it when I know that it's not going to pan out with the MCU.
Right.
But watching this trailer, one line that he says that made me laugh. It made me lose the DC.
the dark?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I can't believe
Have-
he
have
went
you
there.
seen this?
I haven't seen it. Just tell me.
So
Or can you tell me?
it's not a spoiler. I mean, it's in the trailer.
No, I mean,
Cable.
like, is it appropriate to tell me?
No, it is.
Yeah,
It
so
is.
you know how his character, he speaks in the he breaks the fourth
Yeah.
wall. So there's a scene where I forget where it's at. You'll probably see it right now a little bit. He's talking face to face to someone, and he ends with, "Man, you're pretty dark. Aren't you from the? Are you sure you're not from the DC universe?"
Yeah.
So that was pretty
good. That's
pretty funny.
good.
It's pretty funny.
That's hilarious.
I think that's what most
and that's
people.
what I love about Deadpool.
I think
that's what I love about Deadpool.
I
Even
think
back
that's what most people like about it.
Yeah.
back in the comics, he'd say stuff like that all the time.
Yeah.
And that's something I absolutely loved about Deadpool.
Yeah. It's right here.
Right
it's
there,
right here.
yeah.
That scene.
So no audio is on, obviously,
Yeah.
but you guys, go check it
can
out.
go
You'll be
check
able
it
to.
out
You can
afterwards.
pull it up, and you'll listen to full audio.
And we have Domino too introduced, which I thought was pretty awesome. That they're still giving us new X-Men that weren't necessarily in the X-Men movies. So Domino's a pretty fan favorite one.
Oh,
so-
another part of this part. I love this part too. You guys remember on Wolverine Origins, right?
He did that. Yeah.
You know how he busted out that move and
Yeah.
he started stopping all the bullets?
Yeah. And now look at this. Oh crap! It's like
No, he couldn't do it. He got tagged by like all the bullets. It was pretty funny.
Oh man, that's Deadpool for you.
also
Gotta
he's
love the guy.
he's getting auditions for superheroes, I guess, for
Ron Swanson.
and he's like, what about you? Did you have any powers?
It looks like
nope. All right, you're in.
It was
On the scale of 1 to 5 stars,
I'll-
what would you
I'll-
rate this
I'll give
trailer?
it a 5. I'll give it a
5
the
stars.
trailer. Oh yeah, I'd
The
rate it
trailer
a
is
5.
Trailer is
Five.
a 5 star. All right, awesome. So AJ Bishop asks us if we're excited for Infinity War, Avengers.
I am, but I'm probably not gonna get to see it until next week.
You see what we got on there, right? Of course.
Are we excited?
You see what we got.
Are we excited? Does this answer your question?
So there's two parts. First part is it's coming out this Friday.
yeah.
So
It's actually the premiere is tonight.
it's
The
actually
red-
going right now, right?
happening
you
right
can
now.
see it. We might throw up a little clip. We'll see.
Yeah.
But I think we're all stoked about it. Like Francisco said, we might not see it anytime soon, but we're definitely gonna watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I know Leo, you're not as stoked
Excited.
as we are, but I know for sure you're still gonna watch
You're
this.
still
Yeah,
gonna
I
watch it,
definitely
yeah.
want to see. I'm excited for this film. Now, before I had to pump the brakes a little bit. Looks like we moved on just a bit too fast. Melinda asks, "I'm a little concerned it won't be." She's talking about Deadpool 2. I'm a little concerned it won't be as good as the first. Try
hard for comedy or something.
try hard for comedy or something. Usually, when movies are overhyped before they come out, they aren't as good as it seemed or it would be. I just hope it holds up to its first. This one will definitely be seeing in the theater, though.
I would say yes, you are correct on that.
Mm-hmm.
Too much hype can cause,
Oh, yeah.
negative effect. But
Look at
Yeah,
the Last
because
Jedi.
it heightens your expectations.
Right.
And if you get
I'm
your
still not
expectations
over The
much
Last
too
Jedi.
high,
I think
then the episode 9,
8.
8.
I
Oh
mean,
yeah, 8.
Not so
I liked
much.
it, but it could have been way better.
not so much that
No,
Deadpool is an
I
exception.
enjoyed it while I saw it,
But second
and
thoughts,
you know,
Yeah.
I had my gripes even on the first viewing and on the second viewing and further thinking about it.
It's
Those
like,
gripes are
why?
actually bigger now.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen it, guys.
nah.
Still haven't seen it.
Probably
So-
shouldn't.
So not that Deadpool's an exception to this rule, but I think the circumstance, the situation that it's in, there probably isn't going to be a Deadpool 3 with what's going on with Marvel and Disney.
I hope it goes to the MCU. If they do that,
Right.
even if they
So
put a tape on his mouth, red
censor,
tape,
it's going to kind of kill it,
he
but
will
I
still
get what
be
you're talking
able-
about.
He will still be
See,
able to.
the thing
beat
is,
Deadpool.
though, I think right now 20th Century Fox is kind of basically, we got to go all out with this.
Mm-hmm.
We have to enjoy this as much as we can because we know after this, we're done.
It's done, yeah.
So I would think because of that, they probably are showing good parts. Not all the good parts, but a lot of the good parts, So we're still going to expect to see a lot of funny commentary, a lot of cool action, a lot of raunchy stuff that, Deadpool does.
Oh yeah.
So I'm expecting this hype to continue. And when we see the film, I think we're not going to be disappointed.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I expect it just to be a fun action flick.
Yeah.
It probably will be.
And it'll have a lot of comedy in it.
Mm-hmm.
I try not to read too much into it being great, though. If it's great, it's great. But I'm just gonna go.
If it's
into it
anything like
with
part one,
expectations.
I'm all for it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't buy Blu-rays very often,
Mm-hmm.
but that's one I bought.
Really?
Yeah, I bought it, and it's a great film. I want to buy like of what are they called?
Coco.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Go, go.
But I know there's more movies coming, so I want to wait until there's like a Guardians box set or something. I know it's silly, but
There's a phase 1 with all the Marvel movies, and it has like that
yeah.
one was really expensive. I wanted it. It comes in the little suitcase, that
Yeah.
they have the Tesseract in the first movie, and it was like $250, $300, something like that. And I was this close to buying it, but I let it go. Now it sells for over $800 because
Dang.
they don't make them anymore. And then
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe I should have gotten it.
whoa, wow,
Yeah.
that probably would
Shoulda,
have been a
coulda,
good investment.
And they also have phase 2, which is not as detailed, but it comes like in a file folder type of thing.
Okay,
But still cool. But
yeah. See, I'm
Collector stuff.
I don't
Yeah.
like those films enough to say I want to get all of them on Blu-ray.
I have them on
But
digital.
these, I got most of those on digital as well. Which digital
Voodoo.
is just very it's just very convenient.
Yeah,
you
you
know?
take them everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Just wait, another 10, 15 years when MCU's all done. Well, with this current,
What if in 10
with this
what if
current
in like 10
phase.
in like 15 years we
Oh,
look back at these and
That
think to
reminds
ourselves,
me.
we like this stuff?
Right now, the internet is so mad at James Cameron because of a comment he made
Oh
about
yes,
these
I wanted to
movies.
talk about that. And it's
And
related to
he pretty much went and said like, they're good and all. I enjoy them, but man, they made so many already. I hope people get
Wait,
tired
what are
of
we
them.
talking about?
James Cameron,
Avengers,
Marvel,
or are we talking
Marvel,
about?
Marvel.
Oh, okay.
He was
It's
talking. He was talking about Avengers. He's
Yeah,
hoping
saying
that people will get
tired of them.
superhero fatigue.
Because he wants new stories to be explored, new sci-fi. Meanwhile, he's preparing Avatar 2, 3, 4, and 5. So,
Yeah.
and Terminator.
He's like, stop
I think-
watching that.
Yeah, I think that's the
Terminator.
real
Watch
reason why he
me.
wants to people to
Yeah.
get fatigued.
So
because-
people went back to Twitter and pretty much told him the same thing. Like, hey, what about Avatar, Terminator?
Cool beans,
And
AJ.
they asked Kevin Feige about it. It's like, oh, wow, he likes our movies. That's all he said.
Oh, wow.
you know,
Wow.
it's like, that's great.
No,
he
but
watches
I mean,
us.
I think a lot of people are making more of it. They're kind of like taking it out of context. I think in a way he's right as a filmmaker,
Because they think it's the same, but it's really not.
As a person in the arts of filmmaking, these films, a lot of them hit the same storytelling beats. And I think as a filmmaker, he sees that. We can't see it because we're just casual fans.
But the thing
But,
about this is really cool because you are showing us Infinity War, an event in the comics that literally took almost 20 years. And in this case, the movies took 10 years. So you start from the beginning, introducing all these characters to now have this. You cannot tell this story without telling the background
Yep.
of all those characters. So that's what
It's
regular
that,
filmmakers
it's
don't
that build-up.
understand.
It-
No,
Yes.
and I agree. It's I'm more on the side of the superhero films because I enjoy them. I like them. I'm not at the point where it's like, oh, film. I mean, film can be an art. It is an art in many cases, but at the same time, it can also only be entertainment. You know,
Yeah.
and to me, when I go see an Avengers film, I go to be entertained, not to see a work of art. If I want to see a work of art, I'll go see something made by Cuarón or Iñárritu. You know, these
Yeah, they take
these
more care into their
excellent
movies,
filmmakers that create works of art, and
Shape of Water, watch it.
and also, you know, James Cameron has his works of art.
Yeah.
Terminator 2, huh? Terminator 2,
which he said that, you know, the new Terminator is gonna reunite Arnold, Linda Hamilton, and him for the first time since that one. And he
I want my
basically just
Edward
said-
Furlong fix.
Yeah, is he coming back?
Yeah, no, I don't know about Edward
Oh.
Furlong, but he basically said that every Terminator movie after Terminator 2
Like it
doesn't
didn't
exist.
exist.
No.
You know what Terminator needs?
Wait,
as a villain?
he didn't do 3?
No, I think
No, he stopped after 2.
Yeah,
Okay.
he didn't do
He was like
3.
an executive producer.
He
or
was
something.
giving advice, yeah, but
Mhm.
I don't know.
You know what Terminator needs as a villain?
more Arnold.
Arnold.
Which he just recently had heart surgery, open heart surgery.
Wow.
They had to crack open his chest.
His
It's
muscular
impossible.
chest.
Well, he's fine.
He's
you know.
buff.
He was about to die basically.
Wow.
And so
Oh, wow. I
now
didn't
he has
realize
to
that.
rest for like 6 weeks or something like that. So
Yeah.
Terminator movie has been put to the side for a bit.
Hiatus.
Yeah.
Couple weeks.
The villain I was thinking about,
Thanos.
the new Terminator
Thanos.
villain,
Might as well throw him in everything.
Lou Diamond Phillips. Moving on.
Wait, no, wait. Before you do move on.
Wait!
You had mentioned or you brought up a comment about Thanos.
Josh Brolin?
Yes.
Did
yes,
you have any more details on that?
No, yeah. I mean, since we're on the topic.
Not so much the actor, the actual story of Thanos, I believe.
The creator,
Titan.
the comic book creator of Thanos.
Mm-hmm.
He said he's done working with Marvel and the Marvel MCU people because they took his
Creative
creation,
differences.
his Thanos, and there were
It always happens.
a lot of creative differences. He says pretty much that they had Thanos in works for 2 separate comic books,
Mm-hmm.
and he said pretty much he stopped trying to fight the fight against the studio regarding the film. He's
Mhm.
like,
They're
yeah,
done, yeah.
I was done with that. But then they went ahead, and I was working on my comic, and then they worked on theirs, and it was
Because they
and
want
the-
to make it interact.
and they pretty much made it really different from what his vision of Thanos was.
Mhm.
And when it came time for him to say like, okay, this is my input, I'm entitled to this much input, they pretty much just kind of went over his head and did their thing anyway.
They own the character, you know?
Yeah,
So
it's
Yeah.
What happens?
too bad,
Unfair
so sad.
truth.
Shouldn't have sold it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. We have a comment. I want a work of art film from DGT. That's not gonna happen until like
of art?
until we're like dead.
Wow.
If that were to ever happen, that in years from now.
Yeah.
So
you're gonna have
sorry, you're gonna
Andre
have to wait.
Bocelli doing the soundtrack.
What?
You're gonna,
Volare.
it's
Wait.
all gonna be in slow motion.
We're gonna be
Black
dead,
and
but
white.
but he's still gonna be
No,
alive.
wait, with a hint of sepia.
Yes.
It's gonna be,
Oh,
and it's
man.
gonna be filmed out in the vineyards,
Yes.
the Napa Valley vineyards.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Oh man.
Imagine that. Okay, who
okay,
added
sir.
YouTube?
No,
No.
no.
Oh man, so I got a story to tell you guys.
Tell me the
Let's hear
story.
it. Let's hear it.
Did you guys watch this series?
I remember
I remember
it was
an
on
episode
TV,
here
but
and there.
I never saw it.
I
Okay.
never got into it.
So watch for this actress right now that's coming up right now. They're introducing the characters as it's going.
Lou Diamond Phillips.
No. Or I don't think they're gonna introduce her here. No, I guess they only had the main one. Well, basically,
Friday
her,
Night
her, right here,
Lights.
her. So Alison Mack, okay, she plays a very
Ghost.
innocent,
Ghost style.
very like sweet, teenager in the show, love interest to Tom Welling's character of Clark Kent. She was arrested 2 days ago, guys. Why do you think she was arrested?
For stealing Superman's cape.
What do you think she will do to get arrested?
Public drunkenness?
DUI.
That's the most common answer, right?
Yeah.
Sex cult, sex trafficking.
Wow.
Yeah, everybody and their mom is like, what the heck? So basically, she was part of a cult where the main guy was using her to recruit young girls, actresses in the majority, to pretty much become his sex slaves. And she was arrested 2 days ago, and she actually just got arraigned this morning. And of course, she's saying that she's not guilty. So, proceedings are going to start. But yeah, sweet little innocent Chloe from Smallville. What the heck?
Have they mentioned like how long this has been going on for?
For many years. Many years. So basically, while the show was still going on, she was part of that cult.
Wow.
And so there's a lot of details that I'm not going to repeat here because, family-friendly show. But it was sadistic what they will do to these girls. You can only imagine. You can read the stories. They're all over the internet. But yeah, I used to love this show. My wife and I will watch religiously.
And now because of this, you don't like it?
Now it's kind of like, what the
tainted.
heck?
Erased it from your memory.
It is, because it's like you cannot look at her the same way, especially the character she plays.
This coming from the man who still wants Kevin Spacey in House of Cards.
Man. Oh, dude.
I'll be honest, I want him. I want him in
What
House
Kevin
of Cards
Spacey
too.
did,
like-
let me tell you,
I can
it's
imagine.
nothing
I can imagine
compared to what
Pancho
she
like
did.
rewatching
So-
it, rewatching the show on at home TV, kicking back, whatever. She comes on, and he just throws his like cup of soda, like
See,
"Ugh."
Melinda knows. She's ready too.
Yeah,
It's
Melinda
like-
knows what's up.
Oh
she's,
man.
she's down with the geekdom.
Kingdom.
So yeah,
Oh,
that was
man,
the
that's
big
crazy,
news
bro.
this
I
week.
didn't
I was
expect
like,
that, bro.
yeah.
So I don't know how I feel about this, guys.
Lay it down for us. Lay it down.
Fast and the Furious. Netflix has agreed
Mm-hmm.
to have a Fast and the Furious anime
Anime.
series. Sorry, series.
Animated-
Anime
animated
or
series.
animated series?
An
Well-
animated series, not anime. Animated series.
Okay.
Wow. So
I was excited for a second. Anime series? That would be awesome.
that would have been fun.
That would have been cool.
It's called Initial D. From what I'm hearing, a lot of comments.
Initial
sounds
D.
terrible.
There's a Japanese anime
Yeah.
called
That
Initial
makes
D,
sense.
which is basically about street racing, and they have all these high performance cars doing all these stunts while doing missions and all this other stuff. I haven't really seen it, but it's got pretty good, fan base behind it. So it's a pretty big thing.
So they based it on of that.
I'm guessing.
Yeah, they probably.
So
are.
I was briefly looking into this, and I believe it's not even the Fast and the Furious crew. It's Dom's cousin.
Oh, okay.
Not
So
not
they're
Tom.
not
Not
gonna
Tom.
intersect.
Todd or Terry, something like that.
Dom's cousin.
It's
Tom.
all about family.
It's supposed to be. I don't know if it's Dom and his cousin, but I believe it's his cousin and his crew.
La familia es primero.
So basically, they kind of passed the mantle on from this family over to them. But they're basically essentially doing the same thing. They're with the government, I believe, and they're doing like missions.
Oh God.
Now,
Rest in peace, Paul Walker.
It could have its potential. It could have some good action. Being that it's anime, I mean, there's limits that you can go beyond, and obviously the movies already do that, but this is even more extreme. So it could be good. But like I said, all the comments that I read about when I was looking into this, pretty much
the
people
way
said
the films are going, by the time we get to Fast and Furious 10, they're gonna be part of the MCU.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because they're pretty much
Everything's gonna be part of
You're
it.
gonna see
slowly-
Thanos about to land the final punch, and a car just. Vroom.
Dom's gonna show up with his car.
Oh man.
yeah, I mean,
believe it.
they're slowly turning into
Enter a
superheroes.
mile.
Wow.
I live my
Insane.
life according to
I live my life a quarter Infinity Stone at a time.
Oh
Oh
man.
man. That's
So I don't know how I feel about it, but I mean, well, there you go. There you have it. Something to look
Good
forward
news.
to, or something to avoid.
I don't know. We'll see. That's
We'll
awesome.
see how that goes. What do we got next?
well, that's our show.
Oh, that's our show, guys.
That's our show.
That's for sure.
Dur.
Well,
You guys want to add anything else? I feel like we're missing something, bros.
this week was a slow news week, So I mean, the main thing that's happening is this right here. Infinity War red carpet, as you can see, is happening right now.
We should have been there, guys. We should have just been
We
outside.
could have. We could have
had our press badges
Well, we're in
on.
that
for-
studio above the A right there. You see in the
So-
background the little windows?
yeah,
That's our studio.
let's pull this curtain down.
So let's just
We're
say
like right there.
that a few hours from now, we're gonna start seeing the reviews coming in.
Right.
And it's probably going to be a really good indication whether this is finally going to beat Wakanda out of the race for being the best movie ever. So they said that so far Black Panther is like the third or fourth best movie?
It's the third,
The third one,
highest
yeah.
grossing film of all time.
So speaking of, there he is. The man himself, Postnat, Chadwick Boseman.
Interview him.
Interview. So yeah, I don't know. They were saying, the analytic people were saying that
Hide her, Leo.
Basically-
Jump and hide her.
basically what's happening is that if Avengers
Dude.
doesn't do it, Black Panther's probably gonna take it.
All
And
right.
It already took Titanic down, so
I'm sure this is gonna surpass.
and that's probably why James Cameron's mad now that I think about it.
Huh. Right?
James
Oh,
Cameron.
man. All right.
That guy has more money than...
Yeah, I think.
He still has the number 1 and number 4 film of all time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's an impressive record to have as it is,
2 movies.
and then to want to have more, shame on you.
Yeah, and that's not even including all the other franchises he started himself.
Mhm.
Wasn't there going to be Avatar Land?
There
Or is
already
it?
is, and that's the best ride I've ever ridden in my
Well,
life. My
there you
life.
No, there's a ride, but they're building a land.
No,
like
it's
a whole
it's in
land.
the land.
So,
It's in the land.
oh, you've been there?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Disney World.
I thought they were just building it.
Yeah,
No,
I thought you
they
had said that they were
finished.
going to work on it.
No,
Oh,
they finished
all right.
long time ago.
All right.
Guys, Animal Kingdom,
Okay.
Disney World,
Dude,
Florida.
you don't
Yeah.
bring those news to DGT.
I
anymore.
did. It's if you go back a few episodes when I came back,
Rewind
I
rewind
talk
the
about
tape.
it.
Rewind
I
the
actually
tape.
talk about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today for another edition of DGT Live. I'm Leo along with Rick and Francisco.
We're like warped.
Go watch the stream. It's pretty
Check
cool.
us out
Interesting.
on Facebook.com/digitalgametime, also YouTube.com/digitalgametime, and other sources of social media.
Twitch, Twitter.
Facebook,
Instagram.
Instagram.
Also, check out our merchandise.
DigitalGameTime.com/merchandise.
And if you don't want to write all those things down, just go to our website, digitalgametime.com. Until next time, enjoy your games and love your families. Ciao!
It's Daddy's game time.
Check us out on digitalgametime.com as well as Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, all at keyword Digital Game Time.